but to be 36 games out, that's not what we're used to. The Texas Rangers are worse than the Houston Astros this year.
Yeah, by quite a few. I mean, by 9 games, which is nothing to sniff at. So
yeah, so it's a sad state of affairs in Texas. Bouncing around the National League, the Washington Nationals, 85 wins. They were my darlings last year, and then injuries derailed them. But it looks like they are back where they need to be. Matt Williams, their first-year manager, going to taste the postseason most likely. Well, he will. I'm just kidding. It's just a joke. The Mets, 72 and 78. I got to talk about them next because I really feel like if they could just keep it together. And I got talking with a friend on Facebook. He wants them to trade Zach Wheeler for a bat because they have some more arms up down in the minors that could come up, highly touted arms. But he's got a feeling that Wheeler's going to need Tommy John surgery before sooner than later. So trade him before that happens and get a big bat because the Mets just struggle scoring runs. It's just god awful. And you get Matt Harvey back next year. And Jacob deGrom has been fantastic. Struck out his first 8 batters tonight, which is just ridiculous when you think about it. It's 2 2/3 innings of just striking people out, but they still lost the game. And there's the Mets.
Well, their pitching is middle of the road, but yeah, you're right. Their batting is near the basement. I mean, 29th overall in batting average and slugging percentage. I mean, when you're only hitting 237 as a team, where are you going to go?
Yeah. They're a 500 team right now, and that's exactly where their record sits. So the Nationals, and then you got the St. Louis Cardinals have somehow put themselves in a position to win this division. They got a 3.5 game lead on the Pittsburgh Pirates, but this is probably one of the more mediocre Cardinals teams that I ever remember being in contention.
Yeah,
they've had some injuries maybe, and Yadier Molina missed a bunch of time, and he's somebody that you just can't operate without. He's one of those must-have players. Michael Wacha was out for a little bit, so maybe because of that they flew under the radar. But they're still winning 83 games as of tonight. I don't think they do anything really well. They do a lot of little things good.
Yeah, I mean they have a lot of talent on their team, especially in the pitching, but they still, I don't know. It seems like they're finally coming into their own, finally gelling as a team. Because last year, I think part of their problem was they were kind of all over the place. And this year I'm still not completely sold on them, but they have enough weapons that if they can put it together in the postseason, they can go pretty far.
Yeah, It would be hard to bet against them, honestly. It really would.
Unless they're playing the Dodgers.
Well, anybody runs into Clayton Kershaw, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I still think the Dodgers have the best shot to make it to the World Series out of the National League. You look at that team, and they are just so crazy talented.
But the best part about the Cardinals getting their act together and the Pirates playing as well is that it looks like the Milwaukee Brewers will not make the playoffs. And I will root against the Brewers as long as they have Ryan Braun on that team.
I know.
I'm just saying. He has become my new baseball.
And you're not alone. Most people, I mean, absolutely most people do. And that's the sad part is he's forgotten. No one remembers Ryan Braun. No one remembers his name. No one's talking about him, and he's loving that. I guarantee he loves the fact that no one is talking about him. Because if A-Rod can prove anything, once you're a juicer, you're always going to be a juicer. Right. You're just going to find different ways to do it. And yeah, his numbers this season probably show that he's, taking a year off to help fly under the radar. But I guarantee, he's going to be 31 next year. He's going to be 31 next season. He's going to be. I think he turns in November. So you're looking at a guy that's still trying to rebuild his career, coming to the end of his career. He's gonna be on something again. It's tough for these guys once they've tasted it and tasted the success to not go back to it.
Yeah. So.
And he's a schmuck.
Right. So if the playoffs started today in Major League Baseball, you'd have the Nationals, the Dodgers, and the Cardinals, and then the Giants and the Pirates. in the playoffs. Guess who I'm pulling for?
The Pirates.
I want all of the highlight clips of We Are Family from the 1970s and those god-awful yellow uniforms and Willie Stargell highlights.
I wouldn't mind the Pirates and the Orioles. I would enjoy watching that World Series.
Yeah. It would be... Yeah, that would be... you could have bell-bottom night at your house. To watch the series.
And Cal Ripken going to be there throughout the first pitch. And
oh, yeah, you get all that stuff.
Oh, my God, that would be fantastic.
Oh, yeah. It would be like a baseball fan's wet dream, seriously.
Yeah. And it just, I still have a soft spot in my heart from when Baltimore was the parent team of our hometown Rochester Red Wings. So I've always kind of kept an eye on them because, I mean, what fun is watching Minnesota. I mean, they've been garbage ever since they took over the Red Wings. So still have a soft spot in my heart. Good old Silver Stadium days.
Yes, classic minor league baseball.
Absolutely.
Makes me want to go watch Bull Durham. Really does. Real quick.
Great movie.
Before we get to the break, let's shift gears. So, did you happen to catch any of the details about Team USA?
Yes.
Well, what are your thoughts on Team USA winning the FIBA World Cup?
Well, if you're talking about how the talk of should we even be playing, and is it more of a recruiting tool for Coach K? Is that what you're?
Well, there's that, but I'm just like, if you pay attention to. Hello.
Yeah.
Here? Okay. If you pay attention to everything that happened as far as player performances and what's really transpired from that, the word on the street is that Derrick Rose is back. And if he is, you think about the addition of Pau Gasol to that team. I'm really interested to see the Chicago Bulls, if he can stay healthy, obviously.
Well, that's the thing. It's like he played great against lesser players on a team with crazy all-stars.
Right. No, I get that angle.
Yeah, so I agree with you 100%. He needs to prove that he can last a full 82-game season in the NBA, especially the way he plays, where he's constantly flying to the basket and getting thrown to the ground. And I don't know. I'm not really sold on that. To me, I don't understand why teams want their players to play in these games, because it's different, in my opinion, if it is in the Olympics, because the Olympics still mean something, and you're winning a gold medal in the Olympics. But this is nothing. This is a joke, pretty much. And you have players like Paul George who are getting just, the broken leg is still haunts me just remembering the vision of that. So is it really worth it? Is it that important that it could be detrimental to the NBA as a whole?
Right.
Because it's, no one, and I agree, if the games were broadcast on a major network, that would be a different story. But no one is even watching these games because they're being played at weird times, and you don't know if it's on ESPN1 or ESPN2 or TBS. You have no idea where it is. If it was easier to watch these games, I think it'd be a different story. But I mean, for the sacrifice, I don't think it's worth it.
All right, let's take a break, and when we come back, it will be time for the NFL Hour with Mr. Saranteas. It's our favorite hour of the week. It should be yours as well. I'm just going to throw that out there. You're listening to 87 Sports Fans live on Late Night Sports Radio.
Who the hell can wait till morning? Talk now at latenightsportsradio.com.
Don't believe you anymore. You can never turn me on. There's no more love, there's no more tears, no feelings like before. And now my heart is made of stone, and you'll never turn me on into broken hearted lying on the floor. And now your soul is torn in two. You are lost, you are mad, feeling sad. You crazy broken dreams are never coming back. Now you see how it feels when you're down on your knees and your soul is torn in two. And now you know how it feels when you're down on your knees and your heart is bleeding now so strong. Don't believe you anymore. You can never turn me on. There's no more lies, there's no more pain, no suffering like before. So you've got the sleepless nights, and tears are clouding up your eyes, and your broken heart and lying on the floor. And now your soul is torn in two. You are lost, you are mad, feeling sad. Your crazy broken dreams are never coming back.